Hello everyone, and how you doing? So, I hope you guys are staying healthy out there and safe, since with all the pandemic and stuff going on these days. But today we're not going to talk about that. This video is not going to talk about that, because today I have these to unbox. These, as you can see, apparently are the Grado SR60e Prestige series, and these are $80 headphones. They're open back, and well, believe it or not, they're still handmade in America, specifically Brooklyn, New York, which is, to me, is incredible, because you can almost not find any electronics that's still made anywhere outside of China or Taiwan or Hong Kong. Most of them are just made there in China, especially at this price point. Maybe going up the price range, $500, $600 headphones, you can start to see Ireland or Austria or somewhere else, but $80, everything is China, but these are not. So yeah, the SR60e are basically a very old headphone, in all honesty. I mean, the range has existed since the 1980s, when they start to grace the world. It's in the 1980s, and they got the I's in the early 2000s, and then they got the E's, I think in 2015, 2014, they released the E series, and that's what we got here today. And Grados, I have to say, are basically a company that keep doing the old recipe while keeping it improved. They keep improving it despite not changing the looks. They are, if I have to say, the Caterham or the Morgan of the headphone company. Because if you Google up Morgan 44, for example, from the 1930s, and the one that was just made yesterday, they were exactly the same, but not really on the inside. The old Morgans have drum brakes and leaf spring suspension. The Morgan nowadays have fuel injected engines, independent suspension, disc brakes, and so many other upgrades that, even though it looks the same, it doesn't drive the same. And that's the same thing with these Grados. They look the same, but they don't sound the same. So yeah, let's start with the unboxing, since I've said a lot already before even opening the box. So in front, you can see the Grado logo, very stylishly printed there, and the SR60e Prestige series, so you can know which model that's inside. Oh yeah, these are the third version of the packaging. The E-series SR60 went through 3 versions of packaging. The first one was yellow with like a hand sketched style. It's not really hand sketched, it's printed, but it's a hand sketched style silhouette of the Grado headphones. The second one, the one I like most, is the light blue ones with the white silhouette. That one is very stylish. And then there's the third one, these, which deletes the silhouette altogether, and in favor of just a logo. I think it looks clean, it looks nice, it looks premium, but it kind of loses that artistic style. So that's what's going on in the front. And on the side, you have a Grado logo, the new Grado logo. The right side is completely empty. Top, it says Heritage Matters to an extent, and it also has gradolabs.com and at gradolabs if you want to follow them on Instagram. Right on the bottom here, you can see they write the model again, Prestige Series SR60e. Type of the drivers, dynamic. Yeah, you can pause this if you want to read that. Frequency response is normal, and impedance is 32 ohms, so it should be light. Hand built at Grado Labs in Brooklyn. So yeah, that's your proof, you see. They even write down their address, so that's all very cool. Even their phone number if you want to call them up for whatever reason. So yeah. Now this orange thing is also a tape that seals it, so let's remove it real quick. And I kind of hate how it destroys that a bit, but it's fine. So yeah, this lid goes up. Pardon me, this is a bit sticky. Right, there we have it. So yeah, you get a paper, it's really nice, that basically congratulates you for buying Grado, celebrating over 60 years of tradition. It also says here that if the headphones are too tight, you can pull on the yokes a bit to adjust. And they also say here that, well, I've read this before online because I'm too excited for these. Basically, there's somewhere here that says that you gotta let them break in, but they don't want you to break them in like artificially. They don't, because people sometimes just break in their headphones by letting them play music for like dozens of hours. Just put them on the back of a seat and then let them play music. I mean, that's one way or another to break in, but Grado specifically, they say they should break in naturally, which means having them on your head with you listening, because that it's better for these headphones, they say. Well, let's just follow what they say. I guess they know their best. I mean, they've been making these for 60 years. You get a picture of the Grado family. So Jonathan Grado, John Grado, and I'm really sorry. Oh, so there you go. It's Matthew Grado, I think. Yeah, it's Matthew Grado. So because he really shows up, Jonathan Grado is the one who takes basically Grado's photographer. He's also the one who revamped the website. If you check out Grado's website years ago, it's really outdated. It's really traditional. It doesn't look nice, but ever since Jonathan Grado revamped it, it looks super premium, especially garnished with his photos, which I think are absolutely sublime. And John Grado is basically the man behind the sound and the design and basically the headphones itself. Well, Matthew, I don't know what he does. So yeah, feel free to tell me in the comments, but for now, I just don't know what he does, and he rarely shows up. Right, so that's the paper, in the back you have nothing, and here are the headphones themselves. Wow. Wow. That's a beautiful sight, I have to say. Oh yeah, it also says in the back here, if you can see that, family run for 6 decades in Brooklyn, New York. That's pretty cool. Right, so I think it's better to take the foam out, like so. Yep. This foam is actually really nice. I mean, Zio said that too. And yeah, this is a very nice foam. That's really weird to say about foam, a piece of foam. So these are the headphones themselves. Let's take them out first of the box. So this is really cool. This is a new thing that they did. Okay, this part is cooler than the old packaging. It says 53, which is the year I think they established themselves as Grado Labs, because before this they sell fruits. I think fruits. No one sells just one fruit, right? Fruits. And after that, John Grado just kind of used his dad's shop to start Grado Labs. He started with making, I think they were making phono cartridges with watchmaking tools, which is really cool. You should really read their history. It's really cool stuff. Okay, I hope you guys can see this. There's usage and sizing and limited warranty. So yeah, the warranty itself is on the box. And so you gotta save this box, and this is a really thin cardboard material, so it can get destroyed really easily. And don't throw them out, because this is where your warranty is. So if you threw out the box, you basically threw out the warranty. So I'm just put this aside for a second and get to the headphones themselves. Wow. Oh wow. That's cool. That is really cool. You know, I've been looking at these headphones for years. I've been wanting to buy them for years because, well, just how they sound and how they're so unique and how they're still hand built throughout all these years. I mean, look at this. There's traces of being hand built. Look at that. The T is not, and the E, I think. No, the E is good. The T is not fully silver. It's kind of rubbing off already, and that's just a piece of the quirkiness, because they're built by hand. And wow, really, it looks amazing. Again, Morgan 44s of the headphone world. Looks the same since the 1960s, and sorry, the 1980s. The headphone started in the 1980s and still looks the same today, but they sound nothing like the 1980s. These are much better because they have new drivers. I don't really know where to start with these. They just look impressive. I'm still sold on the look. Oh yeah, back to my story. I've been wanting to buy these since a long time ago. I've been going back and forth to the store that sells these and just listen to them for 2 and 3 hours at a time, and I really want to, but I live with a family who is a bit noisy, and these are open back. If you haven't realized, these are open back, and I think like this might not be usable, so I keep postponing the purchase. But then again, I really love the sounds. I keep coming back to the store like 5, 7, 8 times, and one time they stopped selling them, and that's where my regret starts. And then I found someone selling them online, and I just can't take it anymore. I just pulled the trigger. I don't care if I can't use them. I'm trying to use them as much as I could, because they sound that good. Anyways, let's start with the build. So basically, this is plastic. If that's not apparent yet, it's plastic. And this plastic goes to this cup goes to the yoke, so there's like vertical adjustment, and then the yoke is connected to a metal rod, and it has a cap. It has plastic cap on the top to keep it from being pulled away. So this is how you adjust it, and my pair is actually quite tight, which is nice. There are people complaining that their pair is really loose, like on the adjustments. Mine is very tight, so that's nice. Plastic, and it has a vinyl headband. And the thing is, people complain about the build quality. Well, it's handmade. I mean, what do you expect? These are not the pair of headphones you buy for build quality. It is just not. If you're looking for build quality, you can look elsewhere. These are not for build. This is all about the sound. But to be honest, I've read on Headfi that there's someone who's worn the original SR60s for like 23 years, and that post was like 10 years ago, and he said it still sound good and it's still holding up. The only problem that he has is the glue is starting to come off and lose its stickiness, and so things are kind of rattling inside because the driver is not fitting properly anymore, but it still sounds good, and it's 23 years. It's acceptable. He also could re-glue it if he wants to. So yeah, if you really take care of them, they will last. Now the biggest problem with these headphones is that these cups, as you can see, they spin infinitely, and what people do is that they put them on and they put them down, and then they forgot which way they put them up again. So maybe they can actually rotate it the other way, and then they keep doing that until, well, the cord becomes really screwed. And if it's that screwed already, then you're done, because these are not detachable nor replaceable. These are soldered on straight to the drivers itself. We put a flashlight in, I think you might be able to see it. It's soldered on straight to the driver itself, so it's not replaceable. Even if it's replaceable, you gotta go through all the glue and stuff and re-glue them, and it's just complicated. So do not please remember the way you twist them. If it's twist like that, then pull it back the other way. If you pull it back the other way around, just keep twisting the cables and it'll ruin everything. So a little thing that have to pay attention to, just to keep these from getting screwed up. It's still user error. It counts as user error, but yeah, it has unlimited twist. You can spin it as much as you want, which is nice. Question mark? Debatable. And comfort. These are foam, like straight foam. Like here, I can show you. Straight foam on top of the driver. Like there's nothing between this bit and the driver. It's just foam on the driver, and you can just put them back on easily. Really simple. It's on again. It's back on again. And this foam is actually nice and soft, but people complain that they are scratchy for like the first week. But after a month, they'll break in, they'll get even softer, and they'll become less scratchy, which is nice. And I hope that is true. But throughout my, wearing these on the store for like 2 hours and whatnot, I can say these are comfy. Even though the headband, they have nothing up here. They have no padding, virtually zero cushion. And this is vinyl. Like straight vinyl. It's not even synthetic leather. I mean, synthetic leather is technically vinyl, but whatever. These are 80s style synthetic leather, so yeah. I mean, I usually went through 3 steps in terms of differentiating between leather and synthetic. And these 3 steps have, you know, I go through 1, 2, and then 3. I don't like do 3 at 2, 2, 1. I start with 1, I go to 2, and then I go to 3. The first one is usually I touch them, basically, feel the texture. And if that doesn't give me anything, I go to 2, which is bend them and see how they crease. And if that doesn't give me anything, I smell them. And I don't need to even go to 2 with these. The moment you touch it, you know it's not real leather. Because you see, even when you bend them, it doesn't crease. It doesn't crease at all. It just, yeah, it's 80s style synthetic leather, because today's synthetic leather is just amazing. Sometimes I can't even differ them. Like, there's almost no difference until you smell them, and then you don't smell that leather smell. There you go. It's not the real leather, but this is synthetic. And it's not stitched. This is not stitching. This is pressed. So yeah. And there's no padding again. There's no padding. And under this synthetic leather, there's a piece of spring steel that's really malleable. So if you have a really wide head and you tend to stretch your headphones, you may want to be careful with these, because let's say the spring steel is like this, right? So if you bend them out, if you stretch them out, the middle section will curve in, and that will hurt the top of your head. So there's a mod, quote unquote mod, that you can do to these. Basically, you pull them all the way up, and then you push down on here and push up on here, and you can keep pushing that until the headband is square, like the part that Zeos did in his review. It'll become square, and then it'll become comfortable for you people with really wide heads. Other than that, these pads are also interchangeable with other pads that they make. So these are the S pads, and then there's the G pads, and then there's the L pads. Wait, it goes SLG, not SGL. G is the biggest. G is the over ear, and I think I'm going to do the G pads later on. And if you want to change the G pads, you also kind of need to do that to make it fit perfectly, but I'm not gonna destroy the shape. I love this headband. As much as shitty as this vinyl is, I love the headband. Simplicity. Says L on the right, big L, silver. Says R on the right, also big. So you can, because these are basically symmetrical, even you pull the other way around, it's the same. So yeah, it's nice that they put that big R and big L so you can identify them without needing, you know, any extra effort. So that's really nice. Man, these look awesome. Okay. It looks awesome. Absolutely awesome. Wow. Now the SR60es, if you can see, can you see that? I hope you can. The drivers is silver. Alright. Now on the 80 and up, it's red. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if they just decided to not paint the SR60 to save money, but that's kind of not the reason. I think they might be using different drivers, like the red drivers. I really love the red ones, but the SR60s come with the silver ones. Not bad though, because the thing is how they sound. Now let's do it to the cable. The cable. This is not a cable. You know what this is? This is a ramyun noodle. If you ever eat any ramyun noodle, you know the thick ones that's really chewy. That's what this is. It's so thick. It's so thick. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, not that way. Not that way. This cable is so thick. My God. It's thick, but it's soft and it's flexible. It's the nicest cable for headphones under $100, but they're fixed. And this part is even more flexible. This part of the cable is actually more it's more comparable to normal headphone cables. But after they join here at the I don't know what this is called, the Y. It says it has GL on there, stands for Grado Labs. And after they combine here, oh my God, the monstrosity! It's so flexible and nice. Such a nice cable. And yeah, this is thick, but wait till you see the connector. This boy is thick. This boy is so thick. Look at that. And yeah, these are made in house. It says Grado. Really cool. It's gold plated. Comes with a 6.3 adapter that clicks on. Nice. Nice. So high quality. In terms of cable, beautiful. And yeah, it gets thicker the more expensive you go. Wonderful cable, man. 4 conductor, they say, whatever that means. 4 conductor cables. Whew. But yeah, I think that's basically it for first impressions. These are good sounding. I don't even need to say, oh, how it's gonna sound like. I don't need to say that. I know they're good sounding. I listened to them so many times at the store. But how good they specifically sound, that's what I'm gonna talk about in the review, which probably is gonna come a month after this video is posted, because I also want to know if they break in or not, because yeah, that's that. Yeah, that's the Grado SR60e for you. Alright, thanks for watching this unboxing and first impressions. Really cool. Really cool. Basically, again, the Morgan 44s of the headphone world. Looks the same throughout all the years, retro styling, but new internals, new drivers. Okay, I'm really gonna say goodbye now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope everything stays in the middle because I can't see the camera. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.